Hi, this is Janet Jackson. I will be breaking down some of my most iconic video looks. Wow, 1989, Mother Nation, and the director, DOMINIC SENA. It's a film short. With this project, it's about bringing positivity and that positive light and energy with a child who's troubled, a kid who's troubled. The inspiration for this, at a few places, Blade Runner. We actually shot, the elevator scene. That was the scene from Blade Runner. Same place. We shot this downtown LA. It was a lot of work, a lot of long hours. There were times when we were shooting 21 hours just in one night. Wardrobe-wise, the styling for this, it was inspired by a movie called Fahrenheit 451 with the mock necks and so that's where the inspiration came from for this, but taking it to another level with more hardware on the jackets and not just the plate on the neck and on the baseball caps. And I wore an earring with a key on it, and that key was molded from a key that I used to wear on my actual earrings as a kid growing up, because I used to take care of the animals. That was my chore. The giraffe, the peacocks, the pheasants, the mouflon sheep, the fawn, all the animals. I used to clean their cages and wash them, and I had no place to put this key, so I would keep it on my earring. So that's how me wearing a key on my earring began. Kids liked it, even before Rhythm Nation project. My mother gave me gold hoop earrings. She liked me in gold hoop earrings, so I wore them a lot. Scream featuring me, and it was in 1995. His label, Sony, they basically left it in my hands, and so did Mike, to choose everyone for the project. It was supposed to only be like a 2-day shoot, I think it was. It wound up being 7 days. It was a $7 million video. I didn't have to pay for it, Mike did. So it was fun getting in the studio and dancing together, because we hadn't done that since I was a kid. We used to dance together all the time. That was a great deal of fun. I think it was a suggestion of Mark's to shoot it in black and white. And we were down with that. We were cool with that. I mean, if it would have been shot in color, I think it would have been just as beautiful. I love that it was shot in black and white. And even looking back on some of the color images from then, I think are just as incredible. Kevin Aqua, may he rest in peace, a legend, makeup artist. He's a very good friend of mine. He did my makeup for this, and he, Janet, and myself got together, and we thought it might be very interesting to pattern it after Japanese anime, kind of the look of it, the hair, the smoky eyes and the feel of it. I love anything Japanese. I think it's important. It's a collaborative effort. Everyone seemed to love it, and it was very inspirational for a lot of directors and artists. I've seen lots of videos since then. I said, okay, they were inspired by Scream. What's it gonna be? Yeah, with Busta, that I did in 1999. Hype Williams. That was the first time Hype and myself worked together. The inspiration came from Bust and Hype, and it being very futuristic. And I love anything that relates to the future. It was important to make it strong and bold and for it to feel very, very futuristic, and trying to do those ideas, things, looks that would be different. Once again, Janet Zatoon doing my hair. Wayne Scott Lucas was the stylist. Matthew Anderson, we worked together a couple of times. Incredible makeup artist. And I remember him putting these big black cocks, feathers, that's the name of the bird, but they were big cock feathers for lashes. I don't ever remember seeing someone having black lips. I remember there was something that they used for my beauty mark for this video, and it was something shiny. And there's one point in the video where I stick my tongue out, and everyone thought that I was going to lick him. But my beauty mark had gone from my beauty mark on my face to down by my lip, and I didn't want it to ruin the take. So I was licking it off of my lip, and I had put it in my tongue at that point. And no one knows, I guess until now, I've never spoken about it. They knew on the set. June Ambrose, she did Buzz's costume. I remember they made this mock-up of that that outfit, that cat suit that I wore. And the mock-up lasted. The original outfit, it just basically has just withered away because of the materials, because of time being so old. It just, unfortunately, it no longer exists. I hope I'm not getting too crass here, but those were cock rings that's what they call them. They're cock rings that I had all down my costume, putting rings through each and every one of my fingernails with the acrylic nails on. It took me 11 hours to get ready for this video. It's great when you can collaborate and you connect, and I love that when you work together and you're a family and you're a team and you feed off of each other's energy, and I've been thankful that that has happened throughout my career with the majority of the videos that I've shot. Together Again, JANIAK, 1997. Seb was a photographer. He had never shot a video before. We met in Paris, and I saw some of his work, and I wanted to do something together. With this, Together Again, once again, when it comes to hair, just getting bored and wanting to do something different, and decided to dye it red. And Janet came up with this really interesting way of making it look like my hair was like tree branches. She put wire and then would braid and twist my hair around the wire. We used a lot of Gautier for the dance sequences on this project. We shot it in LA, and there was a lot of wonderful effects in this. And I think I had Mike's giraffe and his elephant that were in the shoot. But the funny thing about it, I think it was the elephant that Elizabeth had given him. And the funny thing about it, when we wrapped this shoot, they didn't want to tell me, but the giraffe had gotten away. Especially because it was Mike's. They were trying their damnedest they got him back. Oh, If, 1993. Once again, Dominic. I love Dominic. I love this video because this was before we had that teleconferencing or FaceTiming, and way before any of that ever existed. And I love this video because it shows that very thing happening, and just the look of it, and the way they were dressed, and the suits and the long wigs and the shaved heads, and it was very different looking and very beautifully done, at least to me. They call it bed hair, but just free flowing and natural, and I lightened it. And I guess coming more into my own, becoming more of a woman, I suppose, showing more of a sensual side. I think it was very fitting. And once again, Janet's a tune. Pleasure Principle. The year was 1986, and the director, Dominic SENA. The look, the fashion, just really relaxed. I remember Guess jeans were a big thing back then. But as a teenager, one of my very good friends, a few good years older than me, she worked at Guess. And after school, I would go to Guess and I would work the cash register, fold clothes with them, because I got out of school early. That was pretty fun for me. But it was supposed to be this really casual, relaxed, just working out, dancing in this huge warehouse. Everyone always asks me, what are the letters and the numbers on my t-shirt mean? And to be quite honest, I can't remember if it's a Gautier shirt or Comme des Garçons shirt. Even I don't know what those numbers were, but it was cool. It was fun. And I used to always wear wrestling shoes. So I thought it might be nice to dance in wrestling shoes. Janet's a tune who has cut my hair since I was, 17 years of age. She did the majority of the videos that I've shot. We wanted to do something different, and she came up with this look, which I absolutely loved. But after those 2 days, I cut it all off to maybe about 1.5 inches.
Why?
Just didn't want to be bothered with long hair. Never in a million years are you thinking, oh, this is going to be so incredible, and down the line, people are going to still enjoy this generations to come. I mean, I'm just working and doing my job and trying to do the best that I can with each and every scene that we shot. But I love that it's inspired people on so many different levels. That makes me feel really good. I Get Lonely, 1997, Paul Hunter. The title of the song, I Get Lonely. It has a feeling of loneliness to me though, even in the video, except for the dance scene. And even to the point of being in the future of not even having another person, another human being there, but this mannequin, and feeling on the mannequin and beginning to undress him, not even having someone to actually touch. So it's the mannequin is taking its place in this video. But it does come on very strong. It's powerful, like even in the corridor scene where you're walking with this purpose, with this feeling, this mood. The one thing I do remember with the makeup, I think it was one of the very first times that I put like a little crystal on my mole, and you could see it in the car scene. Janet wanted to do something different with it this time around, and she straightened it, making it bone straight, which I enjoyed. It was different for me, and no one else was running around with red hair at the time, so I really liked it. But I love the masculine feminine mix, especially with the dance sequence, the big floppy hat, the tie, and then yet in the shirt but putting a corset over it with the wide leg pants. I love that mix. I'm very much so a tomboy. Looking back through some old images, I saw some pictures of myself being 14 and how I was dressed back then. I feel more comfortable that way than the push-up bra and the tight clothes and legs showing. And always being covered head to toe from Rhythm Nation until the Janet Project. Then skin started to show. That hat, it belonged to Mick Jagger from back in the day, and wore it for this video. At least that's what they told me. In some kind of way, I wound up with it for this video. Well, I got rid of them all just this year. I had a huge auction. I kept a few things, but all of it I got rid of. Rhythm Nation, All For You, If I Get Lonely. It was important to me to take care of it, and I did have it taken to the correct cleaners, and then they would box it to preserve it. And then it would be labeled, and a picture from the video or from a live performance would be put with each item. And it was just from floor to ceiling. Thank you so much, Allure. I really enjoyed myself, and I hope you did too. See you next time.